And this is your ECU, and that's how you pull it out, just like that. And then once you get it, you just put it back in. So the first thing you need, you just get your key, and basically with your key you either have your seat cowl or you have your rear seat, which you can go ahead and use that. So go ahead and pop that open from the top, and once you pop it open, you have access to this area over here, which you would have to remove these two bolts over here and these two. And with the newer ZX-10R, there is like a little latch down there that you would have to remove as well, which was relatively easier on Gen 5, because I remember Gen 4 ZX was way harder. So, and Gen 5 was the easiest. You didn't have to remove the seat or the winglets on the side, so it's much easier on the Gen 5. So Gen 6, it's a little harder because you would have to remove the seat in order to remove this rear cowl. So let's go ahead and do that. So you would want to pop this open. You pull this out so you can get your seat out. You would have to remove this metal bracket, and your seat's gonna pop right out over here. And then after that, your ECU is literally right underneath over here. You just have to get rid of these bolts. So basically, after removing your seat, you have these two fasteners over here, plastic ones. You have these two bolts, these two, and these two back here. And then you would have to also remove your winglets in order to remove the whole thing, so you can pull your ECU. Because I was trying to remove it without pulling the fairing back, but you can't, because you would have to remove this plastic piece over here, which I will show you in a little bit. So let's go ahead and get this open. And after you do that, then you have access to remove your side winglets. And make sure on your side winglets, the one on the driver on the left hand side is attached to your key bar, so it doesn't come off all the way. Keep that in mind. You just go ahead, pull it out from those grommets, and just let it hang over here. But the one all the way on this side, that comes out. You go ahead and remove your fairing over here. After remove your fairing and your winglets, you just have to get rid of this plastic frame over here, which they are connected to two bolts, 4 bolts, 2 over here and 2 up here. So after removing those, you have access to your ECU. So after you remove the plastic, so make sure before you remove the plastic, you do not have to disconnect anything, especially this one over here. Do not disconnect it, otherwise your bike's gonna throw a code if your battery is connected. Just leave it the way it is. You can just pull it up and just like basically put it to the side. Like, it's not a big deal. And your ECU, that's like right over here. That is your ECU. And you would have to disconnect things from the bottom over here, and you're golden from there. Remove this plastic fairing. These two, what are connected to these two are your ECU stuff, and it has this little latch on the back, just like that rolls in and out, so it all locks in place with your ECU. So after we remove these two, you just have to basically remove it right here. This is your ECU over here. So basically, after you remove these two, you would have to, there is like a bolt here and a bolt here. You just have to remove them. And then there's this thing over here that stops the ECU from slipping out. So you let these loose and you pull the ECU out. Well, there we go. And this is your ECU. And that's how you pull it out, just like that. And then once you get it, you just put it back in and make sure you have that bracket over top. And then that'll stops it from slipping out. And then once you get it, you just plug it and play it. So pretty much this is it. I'm not gonna put everything back together because I don't want to open them again. So I'll go ahead and mail it out, and we're golden from there. And then for now, you can just leave your ECU or your setup the way it is until you get your actual ECU back. Then you can just go ahead and put it in a reverse order and install your ECU back. And pretty much super simple. It's a little, I thought it would be easier, but it's a little harder than previous generation because it's supported by like a little metal bracket that'll stop the ECU from slipping out. So that's one of the things that you would have to pay attention to when you do your ECU. All right, guys, so this is the ECU basically on your 2022 ZX-10R. Just make sure when you ship this out, or if you are mailing it out, if you're close by where they do the ECU, flashing your ECU, you can just ride your bike and they do it on site. But if you're mailing your ECU, make sure you wrap it around properly. You use enough like protection, because this is the brain of your motorcycle. If for any reason something happened to this, the bike, you just have to throw it away basically. Like the bike is no good no more. Just make sure when you mail this out, have extra layer of protection, or those plastic ones, just cover it properly, and make sure you use like put this in a plastic bag and send it, just in case it, I don't know, the water somehow gets into it. So pretty much this is it, guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning to the channel. And then if you enjoy the channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon, so every time I post a new video or content, you will be notified. And thank you.